hors d'oeuvres, decorative festivities, and much, much more. So please make plans to attend the 3rd Annual Wreaths of Hope and help support Habitat for Humanity of Marion County and all the veterans that have served so proudly to make this country free as we continue to build homes, build hope, and build community.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, it is time for Winging It, and your hosts are in the room. Brad Persma and Josh Verdonk are here to tell you what it takes to become a pilot. They are both here from Ocala Aviation Flight School, and if in the course of this interview you become interested, you might want to call them up and set up a date where you start your first flight. Right now, though, if you want to call on the air, the number is the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline, 352-622-9622. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning, sir.
Where are you?
Hola.
There you are. Okay. Good morning. How you doing?
Good. You look very, very fancy with those headsets on. It's a new look, though. I can't quite get used to it.
Is that right? I didn't even realize it was a look. I was saying I can't see them.
It's different.
It looks weird. Does it look like what? Like Eskimo earmuffs or something?
It looks like you're a...
They sound different, too.
I would think so. Well, yeah, because normally you can hear us. Now you're hearing us through the radio, so...
Well, normally he wears headsets.
But not those.
But the little ones.
Now, these have a different sound to them, too. They're more hollow.
More hollow?
Yeah.
So are we echoing in your head?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit,
To be honest, I would see, with this look, I would see him doing a Louisiana or Alaskan radio DJ show, something like that.
Louisiana or Alaskan?
Those are very close to the same areas.
Let's put it this way: you look very much like a radio DJ now.
Is that right? And before, just look like
Larry.
Just like Larry. Oh, I didn't see. Well, good.
Yes.
Now I feel like I have to.
I'm not jockeying any discs, though. So
you're not.
No, they call me a disc jockey, but there's no discs, and I'm not jockeying anything.
You're not jockeying. There are no discs, are there?
Not with talk radio.
The only disc is the disc drive in the computer.
Oh.
So Josh, tell me about your Do you expand off the air? You told us that at the end of the school year, when your wife is done with teaching, where does she teach?
She teaches children that have learning disabilities.
At Hillcrest?
No, she teaches at a private school.
Oh, private school. Okay.
Lots of children that have dyslexia and stuff like that.
So because you passed the test a few weeks ago, you and she are doing a mission now, or a Christian mission.
Yep.
Is that what it's called? And where will you be?
We're going to be in Papua New Guinea.
Okay, which is where you grew up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Just kind of cool?
I'm looking forward to it. My parents are still there, so...
Is she a pilot as well?
No, she's not.
Oh, she's not, okay. But she's going to be doing the mission work with you.
Yeah, she'll be actually teaching at the mission school there.
All right.
Most likely.
All right.
So. See that if she stays home for 4 years, and I don't think that would work well for their marriage.
Oh, it's a 4-year commitment?
Yeah, we're going to be on... It's going to be probably 4 years in Papua New Guinea, 1 year back in the States, and then 4 years out there again.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
until we get old.
Well, will you give us like a website or something we can keep up with you? Is there a Facebook page?
We actually have a blog that my wife writes. I think it's like
really
Josh-Aaron or Josh dash.
You think it is or it is?
I'm not.
You want to get this right because they're going to be going to somebody else's blog and
I'm the only
thinking that you went to Texas. Or you did go to Texas, but
I went to Arizona.
No, but you could go to Texas.
I could go to Texas.
Yes.
You know what? I will.
You don't know the blog.
I will get it and I'll share it with you guys next time.
All right.
There, you can make sure it's right.
About flying.
About flying? It's right about flying?
No. Well, a little bit when we go flying.
Well, see, there's not too much to talk about, unfortunately, as far as the flight school, because the weather has been like this, and it's great for vampires, but bad for flying.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes,
you can't fly in this weather, huh?
You can, but it's not good training weather, especially for people like Dan that are doing their private license where they have to have...
What? People like Dan.
Well, he's a good example. You know, a character that our listener audience is familiar with.
A character.
That is true.
A character.
Okay. He is a character. Go ahead.
Persona. Is that better?
Persona, yeah. That
yes.
Not thanks for that.
No problem.
It's not conducive to great training weather for private students who are just learning to fly the airplane by visual references, because when you're in the clouds you don't have these visual references and stuff like that.
I would think so. Yeah,
and we don't really have a whole lot of instrument students right now who are learning to fly in the clouds, so it's been a little bit slower.
You ready to go through the phones? The heck is that?
That sounds unhealthy.
I don't know if there's anybody there. Oh, somebody's in an airplane. Sounds like... I don't know what's going on
that's
there.
having engine issues.
That was weird.
Yes, somebody called and wanted to tell us what their engine was sounding like.
This is my engine.
Yeah,
sounded like we got connected to a fax machine. You know how they do that?
Yeah, but they go beep 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 like that. I didn't go beep beep beep.
Good morning. You're on the air.
I'm sorry, my engine just conked out.
Oh no.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Say, what on a very windy day, what is the criteria for, like, let's say, not taking off on a smaller plane? Do you have like a wind indicator on board, or do you just keep in contact with the tower, or how does that work?
Would you like to speak, Josh, or should I?
Go for it.
Anybody.
Okay. No, there's no indicator on the plane. Generally, there's a few different indicators that you're going to have. You can go online and you can check the winds there. You can listen to the radio and you're going to hear what the weather is. And you can also look at the windsock. And the windsock will give you an indication of where the wind is coming from and how strong it is. It really all depends. Every pilot almost has a different wind that they're allowed. Like a solo student is only allowed a certain amount of what's called a crosswind component.
Yeah. Would the tower give that information to you if you wanted it? They must have a wind thing there.
Well, with the tower, you listen to the weather. It's called ATIS.
Yeah.
Thank you. Josh is showing me because I can never remember. Automated Terminal Information Service.
Oh.
And you listen to that, so when you contact the tower, you tell them that you already have the weather, so you're already expecting it.
Okay.
And if you go to a non-tower, you listen to AWOS.
Yeah. Now, for like a windsock, now, is that on both ends of the runway, or where is it located?
No, it's usually, like ours is basically in the middle of the runway, not in the middle of the runway.
Got 3, actually.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the main, like the one, well, you got the one over in the middle of the runway. You got the run over by 826.
Yeah.
And then where's the other one?
They've got 3 on the kind of lined up down the field that they kind of look at all those, and then they've got a electronic wind indicator as well that they get their information.
When the windsock is fully extended, does that tell you that it's like what, at least 35 mile an hour wind or something?
It depends on what kind of windsock there is. They've got 15 knot windsocks, 20 knot windsocks, and stuff like that. So
yeah, very good.
The ones that they have at the airport, I'm pretty sure are 20 knot windsocks. So when they're straight out, it's 20 knots or more.
Okay. Say a real quick question for a Christmas gift. I always have friends that come down from up north that enjoy our nice winters down here, and I'm thinking of getting them a certificate for flying from you guys. You know, how many people can you take at one time on the aircraft besides the pilot?
Well, besides the pilot, realistically, 1 or 2 adults.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to bring kids or smaller adults, you can 2 or 3, but usually for adults, it's better with 2. It's really the max that you want to do.
Okay.
Because then you're not having to ask people their weight and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay. And how long would the flight be about?
The flight's usually about a half hour, but you want to plan on being out there about an hour.
Okay, fine. And is there certain times of the week that are better than other times, or can you determine that, or just when it's available from you guys?
Well, no, what you'll do is if you give them the certificate, it's got a phone number on it, they call us and we just set up an appointment. It can really be any day of the week.
Yeah.
There's no certain days that are better, just kind of whenever we've got the availability to get them in.
Yeah. Would by chance, would you do any night flights?
We don't generally do the Discovery flights at night.
Okay.
Just because the point of the Discovery flight is to allow them to, experience the flying and that kind of stuff, and it's going to be a lot harder at night for us to make that happen.
Yeah, I thought it'd be kind of neat to fly over Silver Springs lit up, and during the Christmas time,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we could arrange it. It's not something we normally do, but if somebody really wanted to do that, I'm sure we could work out something.
Okay, I got your phone number, so I'll buzz you down sometime. Okay.
Okay, sounds
good.
Thank
you.
Wow, he may have started a new trend.
Pay me extra for that?
That sounds like fun.
Sure.
Discovery flight at night?
Yeah, I'll pay you extra. But yeah, it's actually not a bad
we
idea.
have proof of this on the radio.
I didn't say how much extra.
No, you said extra.
Yeah, didn't say how much though.
Just charge extra. It'll cost you
Well,
nothing.
you almost would have to, because it's like with our guys, like, they generally work during the day. They have night flights sometimes for their training and everything, but they don't generally work too much at night. So
yeah, it sounds like a fun idea, really.
Well, we could make it a special kind of a special package. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to turn off my ringer.
You have another phone call. Good morning, you're on the air.
It is my wife.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, this is Martin. I'm one of the instructors of the flight school here at Ocala. Hey,
why are you introducing yourself to us, Martin?
Well, I am. I'm calling in a serious matter of Christmas coming up, and then I want everybody to know that we offer Discovery Flight as a Christmas gift. And we take them out half an hour, 40 minutes with an instructor, either Josh, myself, or Ron, and then show them around Ocala. Also,
He didn't listen to the radio.
On the same note, I'm representing a little bit Harvest International, which is a mission organization that is helping the people in Haiti. Now, what they're doing is they collecting $45 to buy a goat. It sounds funny, but to buy a goat to give as a Christmas present for a family in Haiti, so they can maintain their family. Now, what I'm doing is, if you guys buy a Discovery Flight, for each Discovery Flight, it's going to be $10 donation towards that mission.
Okay. So this is $10 coming out of your pocket?
Yes, sir, out of my pocket.
I didn't know if you were volunteering Ocala Aviation.
No, only if they do with me, that come out of my pocket. I would donate $10 towards that Harvest International to help the people in Haiti for this Christmas.
So they're paying $45 for goats. I'm not saying it's to be funny. I'm asking seriously.
No, yes, $45 per goat, and one goat per family. That's what their goal is.
Okay.
About 150 to 250,000 families there right now. They don't have anything, so they're trying to raise money to help them out and give them something to look forward to.
Okay, so this is the deal. Martin is saying that if you do a Discovery Flight, if you buy a certificate, right, and you say you heard it on the radio, then for every Discovery Flight you do, Martin is going to donate $10 for Harvest International. Is that correct, Martin?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that sounds like a pretty good deal right there. So.
Yes. And then the Discovery Flight could be a Christmas gift for a family member, and then also it's going to be a Christmas gift for somebody in Haiti that really needs it.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate that, Martin. That is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to you later, guys.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
But Martin brings a question to my mind that I don't think we've asked before. He sounds like he speaks Spanish as a first language. Am I right? Right?
Yes.
Well, and the serious question that comes from that is, do you have like people who would prefer, like English is not as easy for them as Spanish, maybe they would prefer to go flying with somebody who can teach them in Spanish?
Yes. Well, English is the international language of aviation. Okay, it was actually mandated that everybody that is in commercial aviation, they have to be able to speak English. Okay.
Oh, to speak it.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to be able to speak in fluent, because if you're flying and you're talking,
write and read.
Well, they don't have to be able to write it, not for international flying, but they have to.
Oh.
For training, if they come and train here, they have to be able to read, write, and speak Spanish. But in order to be a pilot, or English. Okay. But English is now the international language of aviation. So, but like for us, we have students that come from Ecuador, and it does help when Martin speaks Spanish, because he can help them with things that they're having an issue with learning. He doesn't actually generally teach in Spanish, because they need to learn it in English, because that's how they're going to be flying, that's how their tests are going to be. But it's very helpful, because if they're having an issue they're not understanding, with the language barrier, he can explain to them in Spanish and then help interpret it into English to make it easier for them.
So is there, how do you say windsock in Spanish, do you know?
I don't know. Martin, call back and tell us how to say windsock in Spanish.
Good morning. You're on the air with Josh and Brad.
Hey, this is Ron from Ocala Aviation.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I thought what we might do, since this is promoting for our Christmas, we'll discount the price of our Discovery flights down to $75.
Oh, wow.
And that will go through Black Friday. Anybody that buys one between now and Black Friday will get it for $75 instead of the normal $100.
That's a week from today. Okay.
Okay. Now, is that including the okay? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same deal with Martin. He's still doing the $10 for the goats.
Okay, he's doing $10 for the goats, and we'll do $75 for Discovery Flight. So you, all of our listeners, need to spread the word that they have a week, exactly 1 week, to buy Discovery Flights for a $24 discount, and then they're helping somebody else. So you can buy them for yourself, too. It doesn't have to be a gift, but you can buy them for gifts, kids, grandkids, neighbors. Tell everybody. Thank you, Ron.
See you later. Bye now.
We had like an instructor meeting on the air.
We have. They could have just had these thoughts before we actually got here, but that's okay.
Will you be doing the show next week on Black Friday? Are you taking the day off?
I don't even think about that.
I didn't think about that either.
Day after Thanksgiving. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm curious as why do you call it knots instead of miles per hour when the windsock?
Because miles per hour are not frequently used. I'm not going to say no longer used, but not frequently used in aviation. Just like it's not used in
naval.
And naval, we use nautical miles, which are a little bit different than what we would call statute miles, and that's why everything in aviation is knots.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, there are a few older planes that have miles per hour. But a lot of them,
all the new ones have knots.
Have knots, yeah.
And there are the haves and the have-nots, I heard. That's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah, that was a very... Yeah. Anyway, so, all the listeners out there, and non-listeners, and watchers...
Get a Discovery Fight, $75 through Black Friday.
And $10 if it goes to a goat.
And $10 goes towards a goat. Towards a goat, not to a goat.
But you really only need 4.5 flights to get that goat purchased.
Exactly. That's pretty cool. That's a good deal. So it would make sense they give them goats.
It would be it would be great if the weather would cooperate with us a little bit.
But they don't have to use it.
Right.
They just have to buy it. Let's recap that.
Understood.
If you buy it now, you can still give it for a Christmas gift. You can hold on to it. It doesn't have to be used in the next week. You just have to buy it in the next week.
And the Discovery Flight was awesome.
Yes, it was.
Robin and I went with Ron, as a matter of fact.
Yes, you did.
And we got you in the video.
I'm sorry.
You don't remember?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Yes, and for any of you listening that do not remember what the Discovery Flight is you come out, they'll take you around, they'll show you the plane, you get in, you help taxi, you help take off. Once you're in the air, you actually get to take the controls, see what it feels like to fly the plane. We can fly over your house, over wherever, and then when you come in, you kind of lightly assist with the landing. And I say lightly because you're not landing.
Yeah.
Well, and that's all. You can do that if you want, but it's not required that you do that. Because I've gone up with people who just kind of want to sit and look out the window and enjoy themselves. That's perfectly fine as well.
That was me.
You don't have to take control of the airplane, for us to do this Discovery Flight.
You know what the Discovery that I was introduced to in the Discovery Flight was that, and I know this sounds stupid, but it was the plane that flew. Like, I wasn't doing anything. It's kind of like, a car. The car does the driving. You don't really do anything.
Yep. That's something that students learn more and more as they're learning to fly the airplane. Is you don't have to do a whole lot of work to fly the airplane. You just have to kind of nudge it in the right direction. I always tell my students, treat the airplane like your wife or your girlfriend or something like that. When you want your wife to do something, you don't manhandle her and push her and make her do it. That's not going to go well.
You don't?
But when you want... You're not married, are you, Larry? No, you're not. But when you do, when you want your wife or girlfriend to do something, you kind of nudge them in the right direction. You make them think it's their idea, and it's the same.
That was not a good time to drink water. Sorry.
And I actually tell my students this: think of it like that. Don't manhandle the airplane. Gently nudge it in the right direction. The airplane knows how to fly. The airplane likes to fly.
What if you have a lady student?
Tell them to treat it like their husband. Same thing.
You have to say the husband doesn't take, subtle hints. You got to just tell him what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that thing too is a lot of students have the death grip. They hold on to that yoke and their hands are turning white, and it's kind of, Ron always tells people, steer, not steer, but control the plane with your fingertips.
Become one with the airplane.
Yes.
Now, how do you spell yoke?
Y-O-K-E.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was Y-O-L-K. I wasn't sure.
No,
if it was
it's not an egg yolk.
Okay.
It's not slimy and
it's a yolk.
Yellow.
Yeah,
yolk.
It's a yolk.
Is there anything else that's called a yolk? Anywhere?
An ox yolk, the
The ox?
You know how they put two ox together?
Is that where the word comes from?
I don't know. It's called a yoke, isn't it?
Is that how you steer your ox?
Yeah.
Yes.
With a yoke.
With a yoke?
Yes.
Okay. So somehow the Wright brothers decided, you know that thing we steer the ox with?
Well, they used a stick.
They used a stick.
The Wright brothers.
Yes.
Is it true, by the way,
No.
that they were using Mrs. Evans' laundry line, and that's how the windsock came around? They would look at Mrs. Evans. Remember that story? Did you ever hear this?
No.
When the Wright brothers would
I think
fly.
you're making it up.
How could I make that up? We're talking here.
Go ahead.
There was a lady named Mrs. Evans who lived right next door to where they were flying. And they said, the socks are moving that way. We should fly this way. No?
It sounds like a really good story.
It probably is.
It could be.
Because they were going to have a wind shirt. But they said, no, wind sock would be better.
I think that'd be kind of funny.
A wind shirt?
You go out in the middle of the night and change all the wind socks at the airport to shirts,
Just make them all shirts.
That would be really funny.
Or pants, so you have two of them.
Two of them, there you go.
Wind pants.
Wind pants, yes. And why are pants plural?
Because there's two of them.
There's two arms in a shirt.
That's right.
But they're not called shirts.
You step in what a dog does.
Pants, like a pair of shoes, pair of pants.
No, but they're not like a pair of shoes. Pair of shoes is two shoes.
I know, but they call them a pair of pants.
Because
Why?
you step in. You step in.
You got two arms.
Yeah, but you got 3 holes out of a shirt. Your head, 4. You got your head, your body, and your arms. So they don't call it a quad of shirts.
Exactly.
They call it a shirt.
I'm just curious.
So you never heard that joke? What does a man step in that what does a man step in that a dog does? You never heard that joke? What does a man step in that a dog does?
I can imagine.
Pants.
Yeah.
You guys are tough with jokes.
I don't like his jokes anymore.
You don't like that joke?
No, I don't.
Don't you
come
step
on,
into your pants?
Yes.
And doesn't your dog pant?
Oh, I get it now. I was thinking about. Never mind.
Okay, it's not that Josh didn't get the joke.
I got the joke.
He got the joke.
I got
just
the
now,
joke.
yes.
Yes.
Now, is it funny?
It's funny. Very funny.
Okay. It's very funny.
What was that
apparently.
little voice I heard?
That was my son's voice.
Why don't you turn off
I
your
turned
phone
it down. I don't know why it did that.
Is your son
show.
calling you and you're not answering it? He's Daddy, pick up the phone.
No, my wife just told me I better not start nudging her. You know Josh's analogy about nudging? Yes, so I won't nudge you.
Are they watching you or
So
listening?
why did
She's
she
probably listening.
Why did she call you then?
She probably forgot I sent her a message that said we were on the radio.
And then she started listening.
Yes. So apparently she's listening to you and she's going to talk to your wife.
So what is the climate like in Papua New Guinea? Is it cold,
It
hot?
goes back to this Papua New Guinea thing.
I like
He's
it.
curious.
That's where you're going.
Yeah, you don't know anything else, so he's trying to get stuff that you do know.
In the lowlands.
What is the weather like in Wisconsin?
Yes, exactly. So that's what he's asking you at
Dreary,
P&G. Start talking.
In
I mean, can we help you out in any way? Do you need like thermal underwear or anything?
No, I do not need thermal.
What's life going to be? Are you going to be living in a hut?
No. It won't be in a hut. We're gonna be living on a center. It's called a support center, where we have a whole bunch of other missionaries that do various roles. Some are in administration, the school, that sort of thing.
But you're going to be doing what you love, which is flying.
Yeah, exactly. And we actually have houses that we've built out there that we live in. So we have running water, we have electricity most of the time.
Do you have toilets?
Yes.
Do you have a goat?
No.
Do you need a goat?
I don't need a goat.
Because Martin can help you out.
Martin can
So what is the weather like in PNG?
In the highlands, in the mountains area, it's very similar to like Arizona, dry, heat, and then cold nights. And then in the lowlands or in the island regions, it's more like kind of like Florida, where you've got more humidity and stuff like
Tropical.
that. Yeah, tropical.
So where will you be?
I will be mainly up in the mountains area, so the kind of the Arizona type climate. It's just not desert. It's tropical rainforest, but the temperatures and everything kind of are like Arizona, where it's not a whole lot of. I say Arizona because I was there recently and I thought it was very similar, but high elevation, warm days, cool nights.
Now, off the air, Robert had asked you if there was a way we can support you in our little way, and maybe our listeners would like to support you also. So you're going to give us information on how we can do that?
Yes, I will. I need to get it all together so it's correct.
Kind of like the blog.
Yeah, kind of like the blog. I'll get that all together, and if we have time, I'll bring that up on the air. But definitely, we're going to be looking for partners in our ministry as we go out there. It's not a paid position, so basically all of our monthly support comes from people who donate every month. So we'll be looking for people that are interested in doing that, and give us a call at the flight school or here at the radio station to get more information about that, and we'll definitely be bringing more information about it here in the next couple weeks.
And you will be teaching us all about Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, maybe I should bring in like a presentation.
I think so. I mean, we're silly about everything, it seems like, but that's a very serious thing, and I love what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys, you want to take us out of here? We need phone numbers and
all that good stuff. He's setting us up quickly. Okay, phone number 352-861-7484, and you can go online at ocalaaviation.com, and you can also email me at ocalaaviation@yahoo.com. If you do go on the website, you can actually go to programs and look up the Discovery flights and get a little bit more information about that.
Or you can just come in. We're at the airport on Southwest 60th, between the tower and Landmark Aviation.
So we have our own hangar, our own building.
Yep. So come and see us.
And don't forget, between now and next Friday, you can get a $100 gift certificate for $75 for a Discovery flight.
Yes.
Right.
And if you fly with Martin, $10 goes toward a goat.
Yeah.
In Haiti.
Exactly.
Not a bad way to have a good Christmas. We'll see you next week or 2 weeks.
We're not sure yet.
We're not sure. All right. Well, we'll see you when we do.
Yes, we will see you.
All right. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Wear it, Florida. We'll see plenty of clouds today with a high of 71 to 75. There can be a shower in spots along the coast. Mostly cloudy tonight with a chance of a shower, though 57 to 61. Considerable cloudiness tomorrow with a shower or two in the area, high 72 to 76. For Sunday, clouds and some sun. Still a chance of a shower along the coast.